the last, I believe, 5 drives, 4 really critical stops by the defense. So all in all, lots to clean up, but come out with a W. Questions, please.
Coach, we're going to throw it to Jerry Allen for the post-game show.
Okay.
Coach, congratulations on your win. A lot of things to talk about. I'm gonna bring one up first. Is it just it hurts your heart when you see one of your kids go down with an injury, and hope that Noah Sewell is okay. I know there's nothing really to say about the injury, but can you let us know that he is okay? We think we saw him come back onto the field afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to run some more tests on him. I feel like it's got a chance where he'll be okay,
Okay.
But that's all I can comment on right now till we run some further things. But, and again, just I want to stay along the policy of we don't disclose all this stuff, but hopeful that things aren't as bad as they originally seemed.
A game of momentum swings, and I guess it starts with turnovers. Boy, you were -5 coming into this game, but turnovers were a huge difference in this game for you, weren't they?
Yeah, they sure were. They finally came a couple went in our favor. Certainly we lost one the other way as well. That resulted in 7 points right away. But, our defense has been really working hard at it. And we ended up paying dividends today a little bit.
Getting Hunter Kampmoyer back on the field made a difference today, too. He made some big, important plays for you.
Yeah, he really did. Hunter is conscientious, tough, hardworking guy. Unbelievable teammate and leader. Just really important guy to this football team, and having him out there today, he provided a spark and made some critical plays and some critical blocks as well. So really happy to have him back.
Jordan Happel had a night tonight. None more important than the end of the half, that interception and that score. He was impressive. I think he led the team in tackles tonight.
Well, it was a really important acquisition in the offseason, as it showed tonight. He's been in Coach Avalos' system, so he knows it really well. He's just come in and worked his tail off and is fitting really well. And at the end of the half there, with the pressure we got, the ball popping up like it did, not only picking it off but running it back, because we're out of time, so it's score or nothing. And he found a way just to outrace the running back and get into the end zone, and was a monstrous play in this football game.
Talking about new guys adding to Devin Williams, a really nice night for you. Just another weapon that steps up.
Devin is, I probably haven't been harder on anybody as hard as I've been on Devin, and I think for reasons where I think it's the ultimate sign of respect when you really challenge someone. And his last 2 weeks of practice, everyone has noticed what a tremendous job he has done pushing himself, learning the system, and practicing and working really, really hard, and found some opportunities to make some contested catches that ended up being huge plays as well. So really proud of Devin, and I really feel like he's another guy that's just kind of getting going now. I feel like he's going to be an excellent football player.
Your offensive line in the first couple of ball games came together so well for a group of young guys that hadn't played a lot together. Tonight they struggled, 88 yards rushing. UCLA just kind of it seemed like they stacked that box in there and just cut down that run. What was with that run game tonight?
I think first and foremost, you got to give credit to UCLA. They've changed schematically significantly from what they've done before, and some of the stuff they did we didn't handle as well as we're used to handling. They have a couple really good players, and credit to them. We did some things that we hadn't quite done before, but at the same time, again, the difficulty of blocking some of the movements and pressures when we were caught in certain plays. They showed up in negative plays today. I got to do a better job, setting them up for success.
All right, Coach, you got a lot of people there that want to ask you questions. We'll let you go do that, and congratulate you again on the win, 3-0 in the season, and on the road again next week. Thanks for your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, we'll start with Tyson Alger from The Athletic.
Just following up on what you were saying about Devin Williams, in what ways have you had to challenge him over the past couple of weeks, and how are you harder on him?
Well, when a guy has that much ability, when they're blessed with that kind of talent, anything less than getting the very best out of them is kind of cheating the gift. So, we really he's done a great job just attacking practices and attacking processes, especially the last 2 weeks, just constantly, just consistently has been just improving. But these last 2 weeks, it really popped. It was obvious in practice that he was due. He was due for a big performance, and certainly came through. It came out tonight.
Ryan Thorburn, register guard.
Mario, just following up on Jordan Happel's play, how did that change the mood in the locker room and just the momentum of the game where it was going back and forth?
Well, we knew we were in a battle, and anytime you can gain points like we did last game, right before the half, you find a way to gain 7 points. Momentum is the biggest monster in college football, and when you get it, you want to keep it and never give it back. This thing went back and forth a few times tonight, but that certainly just brought a huge, just momentum boost to our guys. Credit to him, credit to the defense. I mean, the pressure, the pick itself, and running it back, huge play in the game.
Eric Scopel, 247 Sports.
Probably up until Thursday or Friday, the expectation was it was going to be Thompson Robinson for UCLA at quarterback. Difficulty of kind of having to make that change and prepare for Chase Griffin, and then just what did he do out there that allowed him to hang in this game?
Sure. Well, difficulty is the unknown. You don't know. You're probably preparing for 2 different game plans. Some things showed up that we had seen, and others that we hadn't seen before. And some other stuff will show up on film as well. That'll be like, well, okay, well that's something that's a wrinkle that we just hadn't seen or they hadn't done with their other quarterback. But a credit to them, their staff, and Chase Griffin. He did a really, really nice job running their offense.
James Crippia, the Oregonian.
Mario, a lot of the areas that you guys were really strong at these past 2 games, whether it was pass protection, running offense, you mentioned at halftime someone just weren't good enough. What was it that, you mentioned even in the game week leading up to it about the stunts and the stems that had given you trouble years ago at Wazoo. What was it that continued to make it a difficulty and a challenge tonight?
Well, sometimes, we just ran right into it. I mean, sometimes we felt like we had an advantage, and if you're off by a little bit, you don't get your hat play side. The looper will kind of fall into the read of the back, and some of those things are some of the more intricate details I won't bore you with. And then some other times, they made some really good plays. That's the bottom line. They have a good front. 92 is a tremendous football player. I really believe he'll play on Sundays. Is a really good player. But we were out of sync. We're a little bit out of sync, and like we told those guys, look, when you win, you don't apologize for winning. You don't get down for winning. You just recognize where you got to get better. And, we weren't at our very best today, and we know that we have to improve certain things. And, we weren't as stout as we had been, but I don't blame the players. I blame that completely on me. We'll find a way to prepare them better so that we come out with a better, result, in certain schemes.
Matt Preem, 247 Sports.
Mario, you've mentioned how young this football team is. There was a lot of pressure situations in this game. What do you feel like you learned about your squad?
I learned we got to start fast. I mean, we've proven that in the second half. We're really good. We come out of halftime and we're getting after it. And we practice. The fourth quarter a lot. It's actually part of practice, but we got to start faster. And I gotta make sure that I just dig deep and just keep just finding ways, getting with our staff all together, all of us as an organization, to just give our guys the best chance to be successful. I mean, these guys, they're super young. We got some older guys that have been around, and they grind, and they have really worked hard at protocol, at practice, at preparing in some challenging times. And we want to make sure we give them our best. So I think this team is resilient. I know it's resilient. I know it's tough. I know it wants to be great. And I know that whatever you throw at them, they'll respond. So knowing those things, look forward to getting on this film with them and improving and coming out tomorrow to practice and take another step towards our next opportunity.
AJ Jacobson, Rivals.
Coach, it seemed like in the first 2 games that the running offense just got better and better and got more downhill as the game went on. That wasn't the case today. Fourth quarter, only like 2 yards per carry. What was the difference?
Well, a couple things. I mean, we're looking at loaded boxes, and if I could calculate pressure off the top of my head, it's high. It's up there. I know on first down it was almost 100% at some point in time on P and 10, first and 10. So it's an outnumbered box, and the quarterback's going to have to run a little bit sometimes. But also, there were some really big play opportunities in the passing game. It's one or the other. And at times we took advantage of that, and we hit some big plays, dropped a couple passes. I could have kept some drives going, but certainly there were some things in the passing game that opened up because of the loaded boxes, because of the extra man committed to the run and bringing pressure. So sometimes you have to do that, but to your point, we really didn't do as good of a job running the ball. That's obvious. We take a lot of pride in that. So obviously, inside, man, is painful, but it's something that look forward to just looking in the mirror, getting back to work on and improving to give our guys the best chance.
Jerry Thompson, Ducks Illustrated.
Yeah, Coach, UCLA, pretty tough on the running game. Did they do anything that surprised you? I know you make second half adjustments, have been pretty good this year. Did you try to make some adjustments for the running game? Did they counter with anything? How did that work?
No, they were doing what we thought they would do on film. They executed at times better than we thought. And then sometimes it just – when you run some of your zone schemes against the bare front, with 3 down inside covered, when it involves TNs, NTs, 2 and 3 man stunts inside, it's going to be hit or miss. It's going to be feast or famine, which in turn, again, opens up some of the one-on-one matches outside, matchups outside. Some of the nickel strong safety fire opens up some vertical opportunities in the passing game as well. And we hit some of those, and you have to do that sometimes because the middle is just going to be clogged up. But we have blocked it better. I believe we will block it better. So, but credit to them. They did a nice job, but they did the stuff that we thought they would do.
Time for 2 more questions. Eric Skopel, 247 Sports.
I know obviously you'd prefer to play a little more cleanly and win more comfortably, but could there be a silver lining of having a game where you need to make plays at the end to determine it, and for the defense, which was up and down, to come out and make those plays at the end to put it away?
Well, the lesson I think always is, again, if it's not good enough in victory, or in defeat, it's not good enough in victory either. But I just want to echo the fact that, look, I look around the country and I look at some of the perennial powers that are winless or have won 1 or 2 games, and I look at the fact that we're 3-0 right now. We were certainly never going to apologize for winning. Is there a silver lining in a win like that? To have the defense out there and have to come up with a play is huge, right? I mean, the pressure's on. You got to find a way to stop them. They had just hit a big play. We had a personal foul. They were in our territory. A field goal could send into overtime. They found a way to get it done. And then at the same time, looking at so many guys stepping up in roles and now making plays, and you mentioned earlier, Devin Williams, who has really just proud of the fact that he has worked hard, and I want to encourage him right here on this to just continue grinding, because sky's the limit for this guy. Sky's the limit, and was happy to see him have the success he had today. Certainly made a difference in the game.
Ashley Conklin, the Register Guard. You need to unmute yourself.
Mario, in the first couple games, you had big games from DJ Johnson in the passing game, and today you got Hunter Kampmoyer back. Just one, how important is it to have Hunter back, and what do you think of your tight end guys going forward?
Oh, those guys are really good football players. They're tough, they're physical, they're athletic. We felt that there was some stuff in 12 personnel that we could take advantage of. Sometimes we did, sometimes it didn't work out. But having both those guys, and then Cam McCormick is getting healthy. And he's really, really close and took some full speed reps this week. So we feel like our tight end group is going to be back, and we feel it's one of the best around.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate your time. Congratulations.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one.